It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for joining the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy, your Real Talk host. Thank you for being with me today, this beautiful Tuesday here in Tallahassee, June 6, 2023, right here on Hallelujah 95.3 FM. That's right, you with the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. We're on Facebook, live, Instagram, and YouTube. And take a few seconds on, if you're on Facebook or Instagram and YouTube, show some hearts. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and like and share. I want you to go ahead and share it with everybody, okay? It is time to share. And we are glad to have you here this beautiful morning. And if you are on the radio or at your desk or wherever you are, I want to say thank you so very much for tuning in with us this morning. It is always a pleasure. I do not take it for granted that you have chosen to join us here this Tuesday morning. I never take you for granted because it's your choice. It is your choice. And you choose to be on. And I want to say this. Hey, Sean, I want to say this from all over the world. I was in Orlando last week with the International Women Convention of the Church of God in Christ. And I had so many people who have already downloaded the Hallelujah 95.3 app, and I did not know it. I didn't know a lot of them. They tune in, and I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much from everywhere for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure that our director here, our program director, Darius.D., he appreciated, because one thing he does is worked to make our station, and this is our station, to make our station the number one station in Tallahassee and the world. And so we want to thank you on behalf of him and Tarlisha and Reverend Home. We want to say thank you. We greatly appreciate that so very much. But you'll tune in right now to the Hallelujah. I am about to just be tickled pink at my son. He is doing his beard. He's smiling at y'all. Y'all let him relax for a minute. Y'all know he already, I don't know if he's trying to get a modeling thing right now, but y'all let him relax for a minute. Y'all up here building his head already. My God. Hey, man. And hey, Auntie Victoria and all of y'all who tuning in, thank y'all so very much for tuning in. But you are at the Dream Building Empowerment Show. We talk about real issues with real people, real conversation, and useful information. The show which is empowering, inspiring, igniting, and helping you to see your dream, helping you to see that within you lies the possibility of you becoming whatever you want to be. And our desire is to help bring it out. And so I want to say thank you for helping me keep it real right here on Hallelujah 95.3 FM. Yeah, man, I am super excited. If you have not subscribed to my radio, to my YouTube channel, I really want you to do that. I want you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Real Talk with Judy Live Radio Show. If you have not yet liked my Facebook page, I want you to go ahead and do that as well, okay? And also Instagram. I want you to follow me. I think I'm worth following. I think I say some pretty good stuff. So if you would, go ahead and do that for me. And while I am doing this part, go ahead, make sure you share it, get people on. This show is going to be phenomenal. And I'll tell you why I'm having him on here today, why I brought him on. But you all go ahead and get people on here, share it. But I do want to say hello to my mama, Mother Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley, who's in Fort Lauderdale. She's the reason I am who I am. And I thank her so very much. I'm always excited just to talk about my mom, just to mention her name. It says a lot to me. And I want to say to leaders, no matter what position you have, always care about the people who serve with you, family. Always care about their family. Our presiding bishop stopped what he was doing and called my mom when I was right there and prayed for her. So did our international supervisor of women. It meant the world to me. Okay. And to my awesome husband, he is the reason I get to do what I do. I walked in my office yesterday and he had bought so many snacks because he didn't want them just to have the regular. He bought so many snacks for the children. And I just want to thank him and to my amazing team who works with me, who helps me to deliver an award-winning show every Tuesday and in every single thing I do to the greatest audience. I want to say thank you all. Thank you, Priscilla and staff, for helping me do this. And again, to all of my business partners, thank you. Thank you. So we really are going to get in started with this show so I can get my son the talking and audience so he can stop profiling.
It's the people on here that's the comments they're making.
Is that what making you do that?
I'm sorry.
Because I mean, he licking his lips and everything. I don't know who she is.
No.
All right, we ready? All right, I ain't trying to get him nobody. I just want to do my show.
Okay, let's do your show.
All right, but anyway, I am excited about the show. I really am. I'm excited about the show, and I'm excited about the guest that I have on the show. And as many of you all know him, some of you do not. A lot of you all do not know him, but a lot of you all do know him. And the topic for the whole month of June is going to be good fathers. That's what we're going to talk about this June. We're going to talk about good fathers. And I wanted to start off with him because one of the things I do, I greatly admire this young man. And I tell him all the time that I admire him. I adore him. I really do. I love this young man very much. And God placed him in our life. He placed him in my husband's life, my life, and the church's life. He's there. He's family to us. And we're going to talk about him. Even before he joined, he sat down with me and Pastor and just went through a plethora of things with us. And he has been there. So many people have said so many things and tried to get him to leave and tried this and tried that, try to make us not. I guess they were trying to make us not like him. I don't know what they were trying to do. But one of the things that we saw in this young man is his love for his children, his love for God, which is true, and his love for people. We saw that, and we admire him so much. He is the assistant or vice president of the worship and creative arts ministry at Life Changers. He's one of the assistants in the men department of Life Changers. He's the executive director of the Kingsman Club. He's the community director, and I may be saying that a little off, for the Pace Girls and of Leon. He's our God-given son, whom we love so much. And we call him Minister Marvin Boatman. Marvin, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Pastor. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it really is. And when I'm thinking of this show, it is great. And I wanted you on here, and I think Priscilla was like, let's get Marvin. But it was we admire you. And so when we started talking about good fathers, before I do that, for the people who do not know you, I want you to share a little bit about you, that what you would like the people to know. I want you to share that with the people.
Good. It's good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tallahassee and surrounding areas. My name is Marvin Boatman. I am pretty much from Tallahassee, Florida. I have, as she said, I have two beautiful kids, Kaden Ariana Boatman and Sire Marvin Boatman II. And so what I want you guys to know about me is that I love God, I love my kids, I love my community, and definitely I love my family. So that's pretty much Marvin in a nutshell. I love interacting with people. I love my community. Um, and I'm just excited about what God has in store for me and for this community, this city itself.
What about your church? You love your church?
I so love my church. I'm so sorry. I love my church dearly. Thank you for being that family away from my family. You guys have truly been integral in my life, and I'm just excited for what God has in store for my church as well.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I really want y'all to know about Marvin that I greatly, greatly admire, and I often tell him this. I often tell him I love his interaction with his children. As a man, I love the way he interacts with his children. His son, when he's ministering, whether he was preaching or doing leading praise and worship, singing or dancing, the praise dancer in church.
Yeah, praise
Uh,
God.
but his son would stare at him. He would look at his father with great admiration. I mean, with the deepest of love. And I would tell Marvin, you can't mess up in life because your son is watching you. Marvin, how does that make you feel when you see your son? Especially even when you finish, he hugs you, and it's like, Dad, yes. How do you what do you feel like?
Uh,
Okay, and let me help y'all. He will cry.
I will cry because they're definitely dear to my heart. To see my son, to see how he has grown, and just to see he doesn't say much, but he's very observant like his dad. Both of my kids are, but he just like Pastor said, just to see his face, and once I'm done, he'll either text me if he see me online, or he'll call me. I'm gonna say, Dad, I'm so proud of you. You did an awesome job today. Even if I know I didn't do an awesome job, but just the encouragement to uplift me in spite of, that says a lot. He's just amazing. And the things he has going on right now, I'm just excited to see what God has in store for him.
And I've seen you on Facebook. You got the dance challenges that you do with your son and daughter, but really you and your daughter. She wins all the time. But
She wins all. Okay.
yes, yeah. She got you, man. she got you, man. You try, but Kaden is.
Well, she gets it from her dad, so I mean, it's good. I can pass that legacy on to her. Yeah, because after I'm done dancing, I have to take a sit down bath and soak. And yeah, these bones ain't like they used to.
They like they used to be.
I can't drop it like I used to.
No, you can't.
I can't.
No.
I'm dropping it for the Lord. Hallelujah.
Yeah, you do. You had some moves Sunday.
I appreciate it. I try.
Yeah, but Marvin, how important do you believe, from your perspective, is that what you do with your children, the present, the playing? Because I've seen you be serious with them, but how important are those things from a father to their children? Because and we're going to get into some traits of a good father from your perspective. But what do you? How important are those things?
Is very important. Just being able to be that example for them. I'm an advocate for fathers. I'm an advocate for those who want to be in their child's life, but for whatever reason, sometimes it's not as easy as we would think. But one thing I will say is, you got to know your reason. You got to know your why, to keep you going, to keep you on the level of whatever may go on. I'm still here for my kids. I have to be. It's very important. Growing up, shout out to my mom. She's amazing. For those who know me, I'm a mama's boy. But she has been amazing in my life. And early part of my years, I didn't have a father. Later on, my mom got remarried and had an amazing father who continued to help me to be the man that I am today. And so it's just been so important that whatever may be going on in your life, whatever you may be dealing with, it's so important that you continue to stay in the race and stay connected to your kids. Um,
And you just said something, Marvin, that I don't think a lot of people understand sometimes. We do have men who want to be a part of their family. I want you to talk to those men and talk to the women. But sometimes they're not able to be there for whatever reason.
right.
What would you say to those men of how to gain a present with their children?
Let me start by saying that there are a lot of fathers who want to be in their child's life. That's like one of the main blessings for us being on this earth. And I get teary eyed about it because I talk to a lot of guys who want to be in their child's life, but because of whatever the reason may be, let's be honest, we're on the real talk with
Right,
Judy. So
right.
just being able to have a healthy relationship, that's first. Let's start there. Making sure that you have a healthy relationship with your, your ex or what have you. Being able to find a medium where you guys can agree, can come together. It's oftentimes that we allow our feelings and our emotions to get in the way of the relationship of that dad and their kids. And of course, for males, we don't like drama. We don't like the extraness. We just want to be able to do what God has called us to do, and that is to take care of our kids. And when sometimes it may be hard, that male or that father don't know how to continue to press in spite of. We get to a place to where we have the mindset of, you know what, this is too much for me. I love my kids, but I can't, because at some point it starts to mess with your mind. Let's be honest. And so you want to be able to have a relationship where it's healthy, that it's peaceful, that it's the kids see that you may not always agree, you may not even like each other, but for the sake of the kids, we have to come to a place, I'm speaking for myself, we have to come to a place where we can get past whatever the issues may be, or whatever the issues were, or whatever may have caused you not to want to have your kids to interact with their father. We have to get to a place where we understand that it's not about us.
Yeah.
It's all about them at the end of the day, and that we have to put aside our differences in order to make sure that our kids are seeing the example, not being the statistics of we can't get along because of whatever the reason may be. And so I say to my fathers, please stay in the race. I know it's hard. I know it's hard coming from someone who has experienced it. I know it's hard, but at the end of the day, we have to be there for our kids, because we can't get back those days or those times that we want to spend time with them, but because we don't want to fool with the foolishness, we just don't go or we don't participate. I'm saying to you fathers, I'm saying to you mentors, stay there, go there. Be there for those kids, because they don't understand. They don't get all the inside of what's going on. They only see what you may tell them or what they may perceive. But at the end of the day, we gotta be there for them, because they don't understand until it's too late, or they don't understand until they get older to understand, oh, that's why you did that, or oh, that's why you said that. But at the end of the day, please, fathers, stay. Try to find out, even if you have to go to court, even if you have to have your pastors or even your parents to be that mediator, do that. Go the extra mile. I know it's hard, but go that extra mile and watch how God turn it around.
Wow, that was good, Marvin, because it is important, very important, that children have their parents. Children have their parents. And I'm not saying that all the parents will be married, but there has to be some type of, as you just stated, some type of an agreement for the two of you for the sake of the children. Because we know that some parents never got married, mom, dad, which is, I mean, that's neither here or there. What's important is that child is there. And regardless of how some people feel, I believe, from my perspective, that every child needs a father, their biological father, if possible, but definitely a father figure in their life. But there's a certain aspect that men add to every child. And so as you're saying it, and I would agree with him, whatever you have to do, stay there. Just stay there. You have to go to court, you got to get a mediator. I worked with the Department of Children and Families for 20 years. And one of the things that we did, we searched for the father. We search for the father so they can be in that child's life. Do you believe, Marvin, and you do well with your son, you do well with your daughter? I've seen you interact with the young people in our church. I've seen you interact with the school system to especially when you're trying to get those children to those young men to find a value within themselves by helping them dress or helping them deal with certain things. Do you believe, Marvin? I know you do. Do you believe, though, that a lot of the anger, the discouragement, let's say some of the violence, some of the anger that's been, is it not all of it, but do you believe that with the boys, the young men, because it seems to be mostly them, we do have girls coming around, y'all, but do you believe that an absence of a father in their life is of getting bad examples? Talk about that right there. The effect that you believe that have on the mind of the young men, because what we want you to understand, as Marvin is saying now, there's power in a good father. There really is. Talk about that a little bit more.
Explain that one more time for me.
Okay. Sorry. For we have a lot of our boys, even in school, acting up. The behavior is really bad. We have some who, I believe, taking out the anger sometimes with the shooting or the fighting. Do you think that the absence of a good father, and we're going to get into what that looked like, do you think that has an impact on their behavior?
Somewhat.
Okay.
And I only say that because, let me say this. Yes, it does. But also, for me, it's more so I'm in between because I had a mom who worked. I watched her.
Okay.
I watched her work her butt off to make sure that me and my sister had whatever we wanted. We never went without. And we just had this conversation the other day, even before I was asked to come on the show. We were just having our normal conversation and just reminiscing on how it was just us three. And how she made sure that I had what I needed. She made sure that she came to the school and held my hand when I cut up. Yeah, she'll tell you about it. There were plenty of days at Raw Middle School that I had a visitor. And she was a strong, not was, but is a strong Black woman who I see who wore and wears still many hats. And so it just depends on that mother and it depends on that child, if that makes sense. You have some kids that really need their father in their lives. We all do. Let's be honest. We all do. But yes, I miss, having a dad to take me to my basketball games or to my football games. And yes, I played basketball and football. I just didn't dress. I did some sports as well. But you miss that. You don't have, when you see other fathers hanging out with their kid, you can't love what you
never had.
or is it you can't miss what you never
had.
had? And so me not having that in my beginning stages wasn't hard for me.
Okay.
As I grew up, I realized, wow, I really did need my dad. Wow, I really didn't have those moments that I see with other kids. And so it was so important to me that when I had my kids, that regardless of what somebody said, regardless of the naysayers, regardless of even what, not that she said anything, but I'm just thinking of other parents who may have talked in their child's ear or what have you, made it to where they couldn't understand the importance of their father. And that's that I didn't have. And so it's real important that we do understand the importance of having a father, and that it does affect them. For those who can't balance, let me say that. Those who can't balance working as a single mom and taking care of their kids.
Okay.
My mom, she was that lady that did it all, and never thought that anything went wrong or she really struggled, because she never exemplified that. It was always, yes, I got it, give me a second, or what have you. So it was never a no for us. But yes, to answer your question, it does play a part. And I know I'm maybe kind of contradicting myself.
No, I understand.
But hear me out, that for those who can't do both, meaning take care of home and parent as a single parent, it may be hard for some of those. But for me, it wasn't so hard. But I can understand and realize the things that I missed with my father. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Because you and I hope I'm saying this. I know it's my first time saying this. I'm gonna make sure it's right. Before I say it, if he got a record, y'all let me know. But she like a criminal record, been in prison. And I don't want to say it, and you do.
No, I don't.
And somebody gonna text me.
Nah.
But what I want to say is, I do believe that some strong women have. And some of these single parents, and I'm not saying single women parents, right. I'm not taking anything away from them. As you're just stating, nothing whatsoever, because we got a lot of men who were raised by single parent, by women who are absolutely fantastic. I mean, they haven't been in jail, they ain't been nowhere. And we got a lot of lawyers, we got a lot of business owners who was raised by their mother.
Yes.
Strong Black women. I mean, strong, and who have not missed a beat whatsoever. And I believe that I have talked to some mothers who has that same perspective as you have, as far as when they got older,
right?
They saw something, when they see other sons and fathers together, they start realizing, oh, I didn't have that,
right.
Oh, I did that. But it wasn't like I really missed it,
right?
Because of what I do have,
right.
You know, and so I'm looking at some of these young boys now, and some of these men who are doing things that's totally unnecessary,
right.
unethical, criminal,
right.
to say the most. But and I just wanted to get your perspective on
right.
that.
Right. I definitely think we do need fathers. Fathers are very important. Don't get me wrong. We're very important. And for those who know me, I ride it out for mine. But you know, it just depends on the situation and that parent. But for the most part, it's a difference between a mother saying, I had to do this, and did I always get it right? No, but I did the best I can, versus saying, I'm the mama and the daddy, and that boasting, that's the part that bothers me, because at the end of the day, yes, we still do need the fathers. Yes, no, you can't instill all the things and all the traits of what a man can do to a child, whether it's a male or a female. We have to give us that credit at the end of the day. And sometimes, and that's where I'm going, sometimes women don't do that. I did all this and it was only me and I don't need no father. I'm celebrating Father's Day and Mother's Day. We get that and I understand that. But for the most part, did you allow him? Come on, somebody. Did you allow him to really be in their lives? Did you allow him to, did you give him a second chance? Not with you, come on, somebody, but with their kids. And for the most part, yeah, we're going to stay right here. A lot of women don't. And I think we discredit a lot of men who really go behind closed doors and never say one thing to anybody, but cry themselves to sleep at night. Have anger management issues because they can't see their kids or they're trying to figure it out. Some kids, some men don't want to do the whole going to court and paying money for all they want to do is see their kids.
So do you think that a man should see his kids and he don't get no money?
No, it cannot. No. If you ain't giving money and you ain't helping out, now here it is. There's a difference of providing for your kids versus every time you open your mouth, you want something from the father. There's a difference. Now, I'm going to make sure mine's taken care of, but all the extraness and all the other stuff that may not be important at that moment in time, we're not going to do that.
Like what won't be important at a moment in time for the children?
Well, I mean, everything is important, but we still have to realize at some point is everything, just because you want it does not mean you need it. That makes sense? And so, you know, my mom, of course, I said she never said no, but of course, you know, she did. But for the most part, anything we asked for, I said all that to say she always made it her business to make sure that we have what we needed. And so, you know, it is really dear to my heart when it comes to that, and getting women and people to see that we don't give credit to the males as much as we should, because there are some good fathers, regardless if that mom thinks so or not.
I agree with you 100%.
There are some good fathers, and because we don't want all the drama and the extraness and paying extra money for court when we really don't have to, when we can really sit down and have a conversation. If you say you really love your kids and you say you really want to make sure that they don't want or see the hoopla between you two, then at some point we have to come together and say enough is enough. Let's take care of these kids. And that should be the main focus. Not if I'm having the time of my life or living my best life. That has nothing to do with anything. It's just the focus of me taking care of my kids or us taking care of our kids.
I agree with you 100%. I honestly believe that the parents have to come to a place where they can sit down and take care of these children.
Right.
And that they can find a friendly medium and take care of the children. And it's not whether I'm with you or with somebody else. These are our children. And I believe, and I would agree with you as well, that sometimes the fathers who are providing for their children, and can I say this, sometimes ladies and gentlemen, sometimes money ain't the most important thing at the moment. If you can spend time with these children. Now, I do believe in paying, you know, helping. If the mother is a single mother, I believe every father should do it. What?
She's a single mother.
Even if she married, still your children?
They're still my children, but can I say this?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. When you marry, you don't just marry a wife. Am I wrong for saying that?
Well, you're not wrong for saying that, but those are your children.
They are my children.
Right.
And yes, I'm not saying I, because I'm speaking for everybody, for men, period.
Right.
I look at it and I'm trying to say the right words.
Say how you feel it. We're discussing. It's real talk. We still got a few.
My belief.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
Yeah.
My belief is if I was to ever get married again, and that woman had kids, regardless if the dad is in their lives or not, that's not my focus. My focus is when I said I do to her and the kids that come along. Making sense? So I'm not going to wait for dad every time to do such, such, such. If I really love the kids, if I really love the wife, I'm just going to do what I know is required of me.
You're talking about as the bonus father.
As the bonus
If
father.
you, I know because they don't like to say stepfather in these days.
Right.
At the same time, though, my belief is that biological father should be at the forefront.
Oh, most definitely. I agree.
Taking care of
I definitely
his
agree.
children.
I definitely
And whether
agree.
that bonus father do or do not, to me, that ain't important. Even though I agree with you 100%,
I get where you're coming from.
that the bonus father, if he married that woman, and I say the same thing about the mother.
Right.
But if they married, I do believe that I agree with you. That you ain't just married that wife, you married those children. But I believe with all my heart that biological father should be a part of every single thing in that child's life.
Right.
If that child is graduating, if that child got a softball game, if that child got a whatever, I think that biological father should show up.
I agree.
To me, that's a good father.
That's a good father.
To me.
That's a real good father.
Perspective.
Yeah.
But
I think
go to
just
football games,
yes,
basketball, or either say, "Hey, look, sorry, I've seen you at the park. You know, I've seen you say no to us and going to dinner and stuff because you promised your children."
Right.
And to me, that's what a good father. I mean, to me, that's my perspective. And what a good father does, you even though that parent, I'm simply talking about fathers, the other guy who's in the life should do whatever. And I'm going to take a sidebar. I think that mother. Oh, we got a call.
Oh,
let's see how. And I'm sorry, Facebook. We'll repeat the question. We'll repeat the comment. Hello, caller. Go ahead. I love it.
That's it. That's it.
Yes. It does.
That's it.
I am so sad that the Facebook audience couldn't hear that. That right there is powerful. What she said, y'all, was that she's a single mother and that she don't want Happy Father's Day because it was mother, but she wants the present.
Just the present.
The present of that father.
That's it.
Even more than the mother. I mean the money. That she worked 2 jobs. Go ahead.
I don't think mothers understand the less dramatic you are and the less of the expectations you're looking for, the more we will step in. I don't think that you guys understand that we are pushing ourselves back because we're being backed in a corner. But I believe if, just like you said, if we had more mothers to correct whoever is saying Happy Father's Day, if we do more of that, people will understand that, hold on, we got to give these fathers what is due at the end of the day. And that's what, think that's what makes co-parenting so hard, because we get so caught up on money, 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 money. And it's more than that. My kids, it's more than that. My kids are old enough now to say, Dad, it's not even about any of that. It's just about me seeing you, me hanging out with you. That's all they ask for. That's all they want.
But let me ask this while we having it. I'm
Y'all can't hear on Facebook.
Are you at a computer? Okay. All right, hold on. We're gonna try to get you on here. But you know what? I and I know both of y'all on the single parent thing and all that good stuff. But let me put in my perspective. I'm not a single parent, but I do want to put this in. I still think and believe that father has I know that the children want their present, but that father got a financial responsibility to help with them children. And I think I believe that mothers should not let them get away with it. Them children need, they graduating from high school, they graduating, going to college, they home, they got to eat, they got to wear clothes. I believe that they should give.
I agree.
They had them.
Yes, I definitely agree, and I'm not taking away from the money portion. What I think myself and this young lady is saying is, we can't get caught up so much on just talking about money. Yes, it's very important that you provide for your kids, because she ain't laid down by herself. We get that. I get that wholeheartedly.
Right.
But that's not what I want to hear every time the phone picks up.
Well, you should pay the money.
No.
I do believe that now.
Yeah, I get that. But there's
I say this?
Yes.
My kid's father owed me in child support, and I was OPS for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going to take off my job and lose pay to show up in court for someone that didn't show up. So here's the deal. My kids are grown now.
Mm-hmm.
He owed me maybe owed me $40,000 in child support. That got closed out. But the best thing about it now is that my kids have a wonderful relationship with their father.
Yeah.
And with my son having 9 kids,
Uh-huh.
he makes some bad choices.
Yeah.
Because of have a background. But he wants to do better through prayer. I asked God to change his mindset, and it's hard to get a relationship with God. So here he has his 2 siblings and his mom helping him, helping him take care of these kids. I'm paying child support like I laid down and have them.
Right.
And I don't regret it because they're my grandkids.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he can't see the kids, and so when he goes before the judge, and I'm not going to call any names.
Right.
He being shot down, he came before the city. I made the bad decision. I'm going to do better now. The judge said it slapped down. Blood pressure went up 150 to 100.
Wow.
But wow, that's high. That's really high. But at the same time, I still believe with all my heart, and maybe because my mom and dad they did not play that in our house, and so you had the children. You got to pay that, and I know that some fathers say, I don't want to hear just all we talk about is money. Life is hard, and so you got a mother and a sister, and you got people providing to help. That's a whole nother thing, because these parents need money to survive. They need money to help. So I say kudos to y'all, because you're helping parents. It costs money. So if they're giving the money that he would have done, but you're there taking care of your grandchildren, you're making sure they provide, I think that's a good thing. But I also must say too, I think that there has to be a time that we have to make these men responsible to take care of their children. What y'all think? I mean, this is good.
This is real good.
I'm gonna have to bring you on next Tuesday.
Let me say
do
this
again,
because we're caught up on the financial aspect, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing. There's a difference of me giving you what you supposed to have versus me just giving out money every time that you really don't need the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying, who am I to say you don't need it, but at the end of the day, when you know you have given what you're supposed to give, and then you're still asking for more, it's saying, okay, well, what you're doing, what your half. That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. By all means, we definitely lay down. And yes, we're supposed to be there financially. And yes, I am financially. But what I'm not going to do is give the extra that I know you don't need. And some women, let me put it on the table, just greedy. Want their cake and eat it too.
And some men just stingy.
Some are.
And so probably the women who greedy, you got the men who stingy. I mean, if you got a child and you paying $10 a month for support and you think that's all you're supposed to pay, that's ludicrous.
Of course.
I think that's crazy.
No, definitely, of course. But let's say this: if you're on child support and you're paying a certain amount, there's so many stipulations and loops that every.
Come on now, Priscilla. Priscilla, come in, Priscilla. And I think I got to go. I ain't got time to finish. Oh. So we're gonna have to come on, Priscilla. Come in. And she want to chime in.
We got to do a part 2.
Yeah, I might have to go. I like it when it's like this.
Oh, I was coming next week. Because
you want to come next week? All right, I'll bring you on next week.
No, look, y'all.
I ain't got time. You're gonna pay for the extra hour.
May was y'all month. This is our month.
But this show I only got an hour. That's what I'm talking about. We could keep this. We could come on again. They ask your boss to be on.
Well, can we get a sponsor to sponsor us for another?
If somebody else got to come on after me.
Okay.
If somebody else. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Talk.
But when the job setting them down and the court system setting them down,
that means
things like that, how do they get to that point? Because all men are not bad.
They go get a lawnmower. They go wash cars, but they go shine shoes because they have a responsibility to take care of those children. So however they can find money, they got to go turn in them bottles.
But here's the thing. It's easier.
They got the greedy. Okay, he got 9 children from one woman. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because now I loved it, but we got to go. Because this is what I'm saying. Any way you lay down, that's a responsibility.
I agree.
So he got 5 baby mama. And I'm gonna tell you what my mama told us. My mama say to my brother too, go out there and have them children, you gonna take care and I ain't paying one dime. My sister and
we gotta do this again.
She and guess what?
I got 1 or 2 more things.
Yeah, well, you ain't got one or two more things today.
I can't today.
No, you can't do it today, baby. You can't do it today. And what's your name, man? Sharon, I need to get you back on here. I need to get Priscilla on here.
I need to do my own podcast for this one. Doc, I got somebody want to sponsor me. I might need to come on.
You got to find a time to come on. But this is good. This is good because I want us to hear it. So we got greedy mamas and stingy daddies. I think that'll be a good topic.
I don't think this the greedy daddies now. Come on.
No, that's not greedy. It's some greedy mamas and stingy daddies.
No, I don't think it's no stingy
daddies. And y'all want to give them $50 and think that's.
But that's not everybody. That's not everybody's story.
I know.
It's a lot of stories. I think it's. I hear it is. I think it's more stories of I'm giving what I know I'm supposed to give. But
what is
you're
still, Mama, when you have a child and that child need is good, and so you say, I don't want to pay. I gave you $100, but the utility bill is $7.
But don't give it so less. You're doing $10 an hour.
Because that's what I'm hearing. That these children are paying. These men are paying.
This young lady on this phone, I know she ain't paying no 10 100, and I ain't either.
Well, she ain't have no. I mean, her son got to pay more. He got 9 children,
of course.
So he got to be about $1,500.
But neither here nor there when it comes to how many they have.
Yeah, that's how many.
It's still hard for a lot. I don't think women and people in general understand, and Doc can agree with me. The pressure and the I don't know all the words, but it's hard being a black man trying to maneuver through life. It's easier said than done when you're not in the shoes of some people. Now, I see Priscilla with her smirk and her side eye. I
No,
get
it's
it.
not a
But
smirk.
that's not everybody's. That's not my story. That's not this young lady's story. What I'm trying to say is I'm not neglecting those who have a father that's not really doing nothing. I'm talking about the ones that are. We're leaving behind those who are very integral in their child's life.
That's why you on the show, because I've seen you take care of your
I know,
children.
but
if you
we're
ain't
missing.
paying yours, I think you should pay yours too
I
before
agree.
you buy another suit.
Oh, but I'm paying mine and more.
Before you buy
Say
another
what you
suit.
want. I'm paying mine and buying another suit.
That's why you on here.
I just want to advocate for those fathers who are doing it, not the ones that are not, because that's all we talk about. We talk about the ones that don't. But what about the ones that do?
What's on my show?
I know.
Good father.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you're a good father. That's who you are. Okay, that's
who you are.
I'm loved by you. That's who I am. That's who I am. You're perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us.
Doc ain't gonna short my change just because you can sing.
Oh.
We got to get off this. We got to get off this.
Oh my God, this was amazing.
And I want to thank you, Shayna. I think that's Shayna. How do you pronounce it?
Sharon.
No, not Sharon. This other lady on here who said, I understand what he's saying about parent support. The other parent should be responsible.
Oh, Shayna.
What's her name?
Shayna.
Okay. And held accountable to. This is what I do believe. I believe that both parents have an equal responsibility in caring for the child.
There it is.
And if you were married, there can't be a 50-50 when you're caring for children.
Right.
Because there come a time when one parent have to give more because they can. But this is the thing, Marvin and Sharon and everybody that Olivia, you want to chime? See, I got
all these women. Where my men at? I need these men because these women, they ready for me. And I'm ready for.
I put on there that you. Well, we could come back next week. I was gonna have another, but we could come back next week and start off right here.
And I guess Priscilla can come on.
And Olivia.
We need some men to come on.
Give me another man to come sit right here.
I got him.
Give me another man to come sit right here.
I will come.
And y'all, we're gonna have to chime in next week because my time is 11:35.
Shout out to my God kids. Hey, I can't leave them out. Yeah.
And you're good. And Marvin, I have you on here. And Doc D, I say the same thing about him. There's some good men, and that's why I'm doing this.
Right.
Because Marvin, I agree with you 100%. Sometimes men do not, even when you go to a restaurant,
I get it.
They don't block that stuff on Father's Day. But on Mother's Day, you can't get in a restaurant.
Right.
But on Father's Day,
it's empty.
You can get a seat. You can come late and still get a seat.
Right.
And that's why we're on here.
But they are some good fathers.
Because we do have some good fathers. And we have good fathers. And one of the things I believe that men ought to teach their sons not to lay down with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And mother, because when you lay down, there's a responsibility.
There is a responsibility.
And I believe that they should be held accountable. And we do have some who are accountable.
Well, I got some guys want to come on for the next show. But okay, yeah. I agree. They ready, Doc. They're ready.
Are y'all ready for us next week?
Ready. And we just want the people to know, and I'm getting off. We just want the people to know that there are some good fathers who really want to be in their child's life.
Yes.
And if we all can just come together, I'm speaking for myself and other men, if we can all just come together and see the greater purpose. And that's our kids at the end of the day. I don't care what happened before, if I wasn't a good husband, if you wasn't a good wife, any of that. My focus and your focus should be that child, those kids. Shout out to my two kids, Kaden and Saya. Love you guys.
And Mark, you're absolutely correct. And I would love to continue this show next Tuesday at 11. All right, we'll have Good Father Part 2. And we will continue.
Who's Brenda Howard?
Brenda Howard, that's supporting.
That's what I thought. Okay. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Yeah, I love those.
And I love
guys.
these kind of conversations. And we do have some fathers. Let me say this: we have some. This might get me in trouble right here. You have some fathers. If the women just would have kept the door closed, because they know they ain't have no money when he laid down.
And we're doing offering now.
You better give me an offering. That was
it's
a good one
offering
right
time,
there,
huh?
man.
It's offering time.
No, I mean I'm
Because
serious.
your behinds knew when you laid up with some of them, you knew they wasn't no good.
And they ain't have no money.
And they ain't have no money.
So when you lay
So
down,
who's to blame now? It's quiet. Amen, like.
And
I love
listen,
it.
this has been real good. Y'all know we're gonna keep it real here on the Real Talk with Judy show, because that's the only way we get better.
Yes.
And we can't get better if we don't talk real talk. Am I right about it?
You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
And so we want to help. We celebrate the good fathers.
Thank you.
And we have fathers, and we have mothers and fathers who have divorced. It don't make any one of them worse. You still got children to take care of if you had children. And if they
somebody said the money is such a problem, give the dad full custody. My lambs of mercy. Now that's a good
give
one.
the dad full custody.
But those are the ones who wants them and are paying. Stay there because you're going to go. I felt it all over you. It downloaded. Downloaded on yes, Lord.
Money ain't the only issue though. But it's important.
It's very
because
important.
All right, well, we're gonna come back next Tuesday because I'm not paying because I don't want okay. Okay, but so the thing about it is, y'all, this is the thing. The reason why the show is real good is because this is a real issue with everybody.
Oh, Dawson, keep going. Come on, there's a God. Keep going.
And when you have fathers who want to pay, listen, women, when you have men who want to pay, who paying, because that is an issue. But you have men who want to be involved in these children's life. Let them. Now I believe that. Without all this fuss. Now I'm and women, y'all know I'm always for us. That's why I got the sister girl. But sometimes now, even the man in the Bible say he'd rather be on the rooftop than in the house with old cackling woman. But me too.
Yeah.
I go on the rooftop with the brother.
Am I gonna hear that foolishness all day?
Yeah, but at the same time, if they want to be involved, let them get in there.
Yeah.
You know, let them. You may get more if you just let's work together. I'm
telling you, I know for a fact. I've talked to men, and men, stay tuned. We have a podcast that's coming.
Look at it. He's gonna go do his king tonight.
You already know.
He's gonna take you out to the cigar bar. Y'all finna cut us up in there.
No.
I'm coming.
No,
okay, where you going?
I want you to come.
I'm coming.
I want you to come. And I want us to have another conversation.
I think this would be good.
Yeah.
A live conversation.
A live podcast conversation where we can dive in more about it and have a little more time to just make sure everybody is heard and that we understand that it's more than just money. Yes, money plays a big, big part, but it's more than that. And if we can get past that, then the guys that I know, that I've dealt with, that I've heard cry, will be more than happy to do their due diligence.
And I think the women will be more than happy if some of these fathers will really want to be consistently involved in these children. Did you hear my word?
I heard that.
What was the word?
Consistent.
Yes, sir. So they will be consistently involved. I think
somebody
the children,
said it works both ways.
That's what I said. Isn't that what I just said?
Oh yeah, you said that. Sorry.
I just said that. You know I'm on
both sides.
I'm on it for both sides.
You are.
I'm on it for the men and the women.
You're for what's right.
I'm going to say I agree with you 100%, Marvin.
Yes,
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% as we prepare to end this. I agree with you 100%. It has to be about the children. When Jesus got ready to go to the cross, he did it for what he saw in front of him. If our children are to grow up healthy and loving both parents, and I'm going to end on this note, and we're going to get back with this next Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not, parents, may I strongly suggest, do not belittle another parent to your children. Do not do that. We will be back next Tuesday. The Lord say the same at 11:30 a.m. Y'all be on time because we just going straight in.
We're
I
going
ain't
straight
even
in.
gonna do no
We ain't
introduction.
doing
We
no
going.
introduction.
I'm coming straight at y'all.
We ain't doing no prayer,
And,
no scripture.
We're gonna do a prayer. I think
Okay,
we're gonna need a prayer next Tuesday. We're gonna need a prayer
I
next
think we are,
Tuesday.
they ready.
You ready? You gonna go home and get? I don't know how many. I tell you what I'm gonna do. We'll get. I may bring in one woman and you bring in two men. No.
Oh, yeah.